Fire up the kitchen. We're cooking with Thunder Bay this morning. Whatever image you have of a plate of nachos in your head, throw it out.
Throw it out. That's right, because Chef Mike Stigler is here to make one of their customers' favorites and one of our favorites. It's one of their small plate items, the Spicy Tuna Nachos. I can't wait for this.
Morning, ladies.
It's my favorite
Do you have one of those pictures of you doing this with the sun?
No, but I've seen the ones where they do it with like a full moon, and that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
too.
You have one with that beard riding a unicorn, don't you?
I do. Guilty as charged. I'll bring it next week.
You're doing
That can be
a
the
full,
picture
like,
of the day.
bearded stash thing, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
For
almost hunting
Movember?
season. It's almost hunting season
yeah.
next month. So,
Okay.
yeah, I got to get my camouflage beard look going on. So when
There
I get a
you
little
go.
bit of snow in the trees, nobody will be able to see me.
Unlike Renee Zellweger, you still look like who you are.
Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right,
All
so
right,
what do we
let's
do?
talk about this
Spicy
appetizer.
Tuna Nachos. So what we
Yum.
start off with for this is a lot of components to it. So we'll start off with the main focal part here, which is the tuna. Now this is sushi grade Ahi Tuna. Now if you wanted to, you could
Look
just
at
pick
that
this
color.
up, take a bite of it just as is. But I mean,
Yes,
we're
please.
gonna go ahead and kick this up a little bit here. You can see how they kind of get that separation in there, the way the kind of the fat part runs through like that.
Yeah, it looks
Doesn't it look good? So what we do with this to make it a little bit spicy is we're going to go ahead and put Cajun seasoning all on it. We're going to put that all around on the top, pat it on there really nice. We're going to turn it over on the sides, get the sides, the back side, pat it all on there really good. And then from here, what we do to get a really nice sear on it is we get a cast iron skillet, super hot, super duper hot, as my son would say, super duper hot, so that it's like smoke coming up off of it. I didn't want to set off the fire alarms in the studio today, so I decided to skip that step. You put a little bit of oil in the pan, you sear it off all the way around, and when it comes out, it looks a little bit something like this.
That's
now
amazing.
That gets nice and dark.
Perfect.
All around on the outside, but you're still left with a really nice red centerpiece.
There you go.
Look at that.
If you look at it, you can see how you kind of have that little rim all around the top where it's all been seared, and then you're still left with that part in the middle where it's all really nice and bright red.
How long do you cook it in that hot skillet to get it to be like that, where it's seared on the outside but still rare on the inside?
Well, what I tell my guys is don't walk away from it. Don't think you're going to go and answer the phone or go get something else out of the refrigerator. Stay right there. Stay on that pan because it only takes like about 30 seconds on each side. And as soon as you walk away and you get distracted, it's going to overcook, and then it's not going to be good at all.
So it's quick.
Yep.
It happens quick.
Real quick,
okay.
just a quick sear. So we got our tuna all sliced and ready to go here, and then we're going to start kind of building up our nachos over here a little bit.
Okay.
Now what we have here are these are wontons, like you would kind of use for like an egg roll wrapper almost. And we kind of flatten those out, and we brush them with a little bit of sweet chili sauce, and then we put white sesame seeds, black sesame seeds on there, and then we go ahead and toast them in the oven, and they get nice and crisp, kind of like what you would have with a nacho chip. Crispy.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
at the same time, it doesn't have that kind of corn flavor like you would get from a nacho chip, so we're kind of diverting from the traditional nacho already. And then we're going to go ahead and lay our tuna.
Did you bake some of the spicy sauce on there, too?
Yep, that's a little bit of the sweet chili sauce on there, and that kind of helps to give it a nice little glaze. And in addition to the glaze, it also kind of helps to give it a little bit of additional flavor.
I
and
think
on top
this
of
is
there,
such a pretty dish.
it's very colorful, yeah. So on top of there, we're going to go ahead and put some avocado. So I got the avocado sliced in half already. And then to get the slices nice and neat, I like to take like a round nose knife so that you don't poke right through the skin, and then just kind of go right along and make slices kind of like vertical.
I do this at home now because of you.
I know, I do too. I feel so cool when it turns out.
And when you got the round nose like that, you don't got to worry about poking through in your hand or anything. I mean, you could use a chef knife if you want, but that might be a little sketchy. So go like this, and you take your spoon, and you just run your spoon right along the bottom, and you can lift those slices right out of there like that.
Cool.
Kind of shingle them out a little bit, and then from there,
perfect avocado,
we're going to go
too.
ahead and put these slices right on the top. Yes, it was.
This is like avocado season, because I feel like every avocado I've had looks that perfect right now.
It's always avocado season in the greenhouse.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, we get avocados in all the time. So from on top of there, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of our sweet chili sauce, which is the same type of sauce that we have on top of our wontons, kind of baked on there real nice.
Can you make that at home?
You could make it, but if you shop in the Asian food aisle, one of the nice things about a lot of the Asian foods that you want to use is that they come fully prepared and ready to go.
Right.
So you go ahead and put your sweet chili sauce on there, and then we're going to put a little bit of tomato. These are grape tomatoes that are kind of sliced kind of the long way.
I feel like that's a new addition to these.
The grape tomatoes?
Yeah, is it?
No, we put those on there. You betcha. And then we're going to put a little bit of green onions on there too. You know, it helps to give it a little bit of nice color and a little bit of texture too. We put a little bit of green onions on there, and then we're going to finish that up with probably about one of my favorite things that we put on here, which is a little bit of wasabi cream. Now, don't be afraid that this is going to be like, oh, wasabi, it just kills me. It's not like that. This is kind of thinned out with a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of heavy cream, and a little bit of white pepper in there, and it just gives it a nice little kick. And there you have the
Should I taste one?
Spicy Tuna Nachos.
Is this the size
Yes.
that they come to for your small
That
plates
is the
of 4 of these?
exact portion that we serve in the restaurant.
Talk
just
about
like
your
that.
Thanksgiving Day buffet, because I know reservations are filling up. It's actually happening on Thanksgiving Day,
Yeah.
the 27th.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day, the 27th, we'll be having a full buffet out at the restaurant that's going to include, man overboard, that's going to include everything from your traditional turkey to your ham, roast beef, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, all of your traditional Thanksgiving things. We're going to make a pumpkin bisque soup. We're going to have all kinds of delicious stuff out there on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to be serving from 10 until 4. And we also are going to offer those items as a takeaway. So if you want to have all the Thanksgiving things at your house and you don't feel like making them, you call ahead and we'll have it hot and you can pick it up that day and serve it to your family and pretend like you made it all. We won't tell.
I love that.
You
Let's
gotta
put up the
RSVP.
information. Take a look from 10 until 4, as Mike said. The Thanksgiving Day buffet is happening Thursday on Thanksgiving, of course, November 27th. You can also order ahead, but make your reservation today. And you can do that by calling this phone number. Here it is. It's 262-523-4244, or go to Thunder Bay Grill with an E on the end of grill.com for more info.
You're the best. You got to
This
make
is
your
so
shrimp run a lot
delicious.
again next.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
that's
Well,
a
that's
good
usually
one.
a Mardi Gras thing.
Oh, that's right.
Love that one.
So good.
Thank